U.S. election results 2024 are keenly watched out for as the final voting to elect the next U.S. president took place on November 5. But confusion persists around the timing of the results. Here's your complete guide to understand date and time and how to decode U.S. presidential results. The United States voted on November 5, Election Day, to elect its next president. Millions have already participated in early voting to choose their next president. The final votes were cast on Tuesday, November 5, before the polls close. A town, New Hampshire, kept its tradition and became the first one to cast ballot, just after the midnight, local U.S. time. The town of 6 was split evenly between Democrat Kamala Harris and Republican Donald Trump. They both got 3 votes each. While general election results in different U.S. states start pouring in, all eyes are set on the 7 key states, which will decide the next U.S. president. But one of the major questions that persists is about the timing of the U.S. presidential election results. Election Day in the U.S. is now often called an election week, taking into account the fact that each state follows its own rules and practices for counting ballots. Some may even face legal challenges that could delay the results. In general, the counting of votes begins as soon as the voting ends in a U.S. state. The winner of the popular vote is declared when the counting ends. There may be times when the projected winner is declared in one state while the voting continues in another. Many expect to know who the next U.S. president is by late election night or at least early morning the next day. Most states have a predictable voting pattern, and in these states, the results are announced first after the voting. But a handful of key, swing, states may take time to call the races. This may delay the final and overall U.S. presidential results. However, the winner declared after the election day counting is actually a projected winner. The official president-elect is not declared until electoral votes are taken into account. The first polls across the U.S. will close at 1800 hours Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday evening, or 4:30 a.m. IST on Wednesday. The last polls will close at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 6 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time or 11:30 a.m. IST, on Wednesday. 1900 hours Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 a.m. IST Wednesday polls are likely to close in Georgia and 5 other states, and partially in 2 more states, BBC reported. According to the report, this is when U.S. TV networks may begin declaring the winner in less competitive states like Kentucky. 19:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. IST Wednesday polls are likely to close across 3 states, including North Carolina. 2000 hours Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 a.m. IST Wednesday polls may close in what is being called the most important state in this U.S. election, Pennsylvania. It may also end in 15 other states and the District of Columbia, as well as partially in Michigan and 4 other states. 2100 hours Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 a.m. IST Wednesday all remaining polls may close in Michigan. Voting will also end in Arizona, Wisconsin and 12 other states. 2200 hours Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. IST Wednesday polls close across Nevada and 2 other states, and partially in 2 others. If the counting goes on beyond Wednesday morning, it will be because the vote in the swing states is too close to call the race. The truth is, nobody knows how long it will take for the final winner to be announced this time. A winner could be declared on election night, the next morning, possibly in days or weeks. Here's why. The race between Vice President Kamala Harris and former U.S. President Donald Trump remains too close in 7 swing states: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. So, the very narrow margins of victory in some of these battleground states may require votes to be recounted. Ultimately, these swing states are expected to decide the winner of the U.S. presidential elections.